Peninsular Malaysia, also known as West Malaysia, is the part of Malaysia which lies on the Malay Peninsula and surrounding islands. Its area is 130,598 square kilometres. It shares a land border with Thailand in the north. To the south is the island of Singapore. Across the Strait of Malacca to the west lies the island of Sumatra. East Malaysia is to the east across the South China Sea. Peninsular Malaysia accounts for the majority of Malaysia's population and economy. As of 2012, its population is roughly 23.5 million. States and territories. Peninsular Malaysia consists of the following 11 states and 2 federal territories: Northern Region, Perlis, Da, Penang, Perak; East Coast Region, Kelantan, Terengganu, Pahang; Central Region, Selangor; Federal Territories of Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya; Southern Region, Negeri Sembilan, Malacca, Johor. Etymology. The name Malaya is derived from the name of a river of a similar name found in Sumatra. In 1963, the name Malaysia was adopted by the new federation uniting the Federation of Malaya, North Borneo, Sarawak and Singapore. At the time, the Philippines had also contemplated adopting the name. Peninsular Malaysia is also known as West Malaysia or Malaya. The term Peninsular Malaysia is used more often than West Malaysia to avoid the idea that West and East Malaysia are separate countries, and is Malaya obsolete due to its connotations of the British colonial era. Nonetheless, all three terms are correct, and the older term Malaya can still be found in many institutional titles, for example the High Court of Malaya, the University of Malaya, Malayan Railway, etc., as well as in legal contexts in the phrase the States of Malaya, which should not be confused with the Malay States. In current everyday usage the word Malaya is almost always used jocularly, for example, Jempasatu Malaya, which roughly means, this news, shakes the whole of Malaya. Singapore, until 1946, and for some time afterwards, the term Malaya included Singapore. In term Malaya includes Singapore, but the term States of Malaya does not. Malaya term to Malay states for another reason. Singapore is not part of Malaysia in 1965. After that time. Demographics. The majority of people on Peninsular Malaysia are ethnic Malays, predominantly Muslim. Large Chinese and Indian populations exist. Other features. East Coast and West Coast equals. The term East Coast is particularly used in Malaysia to describe the following states in Peninsular Malaysia facing the South China Sea: Kelantan, Pahang, Terengganu. The term West Coast refers informally to a collection of states in Peninsular Malaysia situated towards the western coast generally facing the Strait of Malacca, as opposed to the East Coast. Unlike the East Coast, the West Coast is partitioned further into 3 regions, including, the Northern Region, Perlis, Da, Penang and Perak; the Central Region, Selangor and the Federal Territories of Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya; the Southern Region, Negeri Sembilan, Malacca and Johor. Even though Johor has a coastline facing the South China Sea, it is not generally regarded as an East Coast state. West and East Malaysia equals. The distinction between West and East Malaysia is significant beyond the sphere of geography, because as well as they were separate countries when forming the Federation of Malaysia, thus having a different court structure, and the eastern states have more autonomy than the original states of Malaya, for example, maintaining restrictions on immigration from the peninsula. These rights were granted as part of Sarawak's 18-point agreement and Sabah's 20-point agreement with Federation of Malaya in forming the Federation of Malaysia. See also Malaya, Malayan dollar. References. External links: Peninsular Malaysia Travel Guide from Wiki Voyage.